All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning note. It is 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day and joining me. We do this every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So before we begin, make sure to click on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, our little logo there, to subscribe to our channel. Turn on notifications as always so you don't miss anything, and like our videos, of course, since it really helps expand the channel. Thanks so much again for that. Let's talk market, shall we? Dow futures are now up 11 points. Well, it was 11 points. Now it's up 8 points. Nasdaq is leading the way, up 92, thanks to Amazon and Google. And E-mini futures are up currently at up 15 points at 38.33. Russell 2000 futures are flat, 21.45. Bitcoin futures are up about 2.79% at 37,195. Crude futures are up at 55.31 a barrel, 1% up. Gold futures are up 0.36%. Silver futures up 2.85%, bouncing from yesterday. Dollar yen up slightly, 105.03 for my forex people. 120.20 for the euro dollar, down 24 pips. And the dollar index is flat at 91.20 with the VIX down 4%. That's where we are currently. Let's go ahead and talk about what's moving pre-market. So for that, we're going to go to investing.com pre-market movers. One of our favorite ones to use to go ahead and minimize this and move it around. Here we go. A little later. Here we go. Let's see the futures here. The pre-market mover. Sundial is up 14%. AMC up 10%. Naked Brand up 12%. Nokia is up 2%. KO or COS is up 39%. These are the Reddit names. Dow's here. Apple's up about 2.26%. Intel up 2.24%. Boeing up 0.41%. Cisco's down 0.57%. JP Morgan up 0.44%. Disney's up about more than 0.5%. Visa's up 0.68%. And the S&P, Carnival's up 1.39%, Amazon nearly 2% up, Tesla up about 0.5%, AMD slightly flat, and Facebook is red, with Ford up 0.69%. In the Nasdaq, really the big winner, PayPal up 2.53% today. They report after the bell. Amazon, of course, is leading the way. Google also reported yesterday, and they are up. Tilray and the cannabis names up Tilray's up 8.68%. THCX is what our top 10 of 2021 is, and we're up pretty nicely on that. So let's take a look at the Google stock and see how we're doing here. Google is up 6.85% pre-market. GME is up about 15%, if you guys wanted to know. So that's where we are currently. We'll close this out and see if I can bring up the YouTube channel. Perfect. Good morning. All right. So let's kind of recap yesterday. Bring up QQQ. That was the freebie for the YouTube followers. You are now in the money if you're still holding it. I got out, well, the team got out at 40. I got out, I didn't get a chance to get out at 40. I got out at 37, but who's going to, count pennies here? Who cares? But if we would have held, guys, you'd be in the money nicely. So right now, if you're holding QQQ, congratulations. You're about to make some bank. I have an alert at over 330.32 for a break. If that happens, then I will go ahead and target 332 for next week. So let's see if we get that. Let's go ahead and put another alert at 330.32, which is the 161.8 extension fib. If that breaks, let's go ahead and go to 332 for some calls. I'd be watching, but it'd be for next week. It wouldn't be for this week, just a heads up. Let's see if we get that continuation in that break. We got as high as the print yesterday after the bell at 330.93. So again, 330.32 is my level. If we break that, then I will take a look at calls for next week on Qs as we get some continuation. I also have some DKNG calls. I'm in the money on these. I have the 60 calls. There were a lot of volume on the 70s yesterday. But once we break 60.95, we should be fine. But again, in the money so far. Nice chart, bull flagging here. Let's see if we get continuation. They are up pre-market. Went ahead and took a look at Uber for our masterclass members too. I believe we had the 58 calls for the masterclass, and they should be green this morning as they are continuing to the upside. Uber is the 58 calls, correct? So that's where we are currently. I do have also SLV calls just to go over it. SLV had a lot of volume on Monday, but we got chopped up. Obviously, we got hit big time as they fell. I have the 30 calls, So again, we need a lot of love to get back to it. So at least 26.22 by today. I've seen some crazy comebacks, so let's see what we get. Again, I'm down 90% guys on it, 92%. So, you know, losses do happen. Don't sit. I'm not gonna sit here and say we're perfect because it's not just true. It's just not true. So that's what I'm looking at this morning is DKNG, Uber, SLV. I'm looking at Qs as well. Let's see if we get some continuation. One more for the road that I'm looking at, then I'll answer some questions. I'm looking at IWM. I have some futures contracts on some Russell, so let's see if we get some continuation too. I'm going to go ahead and place an alert 214.06, guys. Let's go and do that. 214.07. If that breaks, then we can go ahead and target 215 or 216 for some calls on IWM for next week. Since it's Wednesday, I want to buy some time and take a look at next week. So let's add an alert here at 214.07 on IWM. We also have the Qs 330.32. Those are the two I would say to look at today. All right, let's go ahead and talk about your questions. Good morning, boss. Thanks for QQQ. Hey, you're welcome. Jeff is asking about CCIV. Yeah, I think that's a SPAC, and they're talking about what do you call this deal? They're talking about Lucid Motors. I think that's an EV, another EV. So again, I saw a lot of volume on CCIV for this week on the February 19th for the 40s. So again, let's see how they open up, but I would like them to break 35.18 before I signal anything. So let's just keep an eye on CCIV. Amazon killed it with earnings and increased price target, but still trading sideways. No, Amazon is actually up about 2% pre-market. So again, it's breaking out. It's just very expensive to trade. I really thought they would have had a stock split, but they didn't announce anything. So the only thing they announced is Jeff Bezos is stepping down as the CEO. So I don't know about sideways, but not anymore. You can see that it is breaking out on the hourly, on the daily, 34.49. So we should be right around here. So it is a breakout slightly on the hourly. On the daily. So on the hourly it is nice, but on the daily you're gonna get a breakout too. So just keep an eye on it. It's just really expensive. Thoughts on PRPT phase last? I've never heard of that name. So again, when it comes to that, all I do is just check the chart. PRPT. Nothing comes up in that name, so I can't really see that. Morning, thoughts on CGC today? Okay, cannabis is on fire, guys. So let's take a look at cannabis. You can see it is breaking here on CGC. So let's go ahead and place an alert at 42.92. With that break, then we can get a continuance to the upside. Maybe take a look at some 44s for next week. We know the drill, guys. Let's buy some time for next week. Snap, I believe, reports after the bell, so you're gonna have to be careful on that one. I would probably say skip it. You're welcome, Cesar on QQQ. Let's see, I had another one here. Hexo and the cannabis space next few weeks outlook bullish. Again, this is why I hold THCX, one of our top 10 of 2021. Now at $20.49 a share. Not bad. I'm up 117% on the stock since I bought it. Morning home skillet biscuit. I like that. The workhorse and space looking similar to run today. Let's take a look at it. Workhorse. Big move down on Tuesday. But again, kind of sideways. Looking up at the 100. I would say skip it. There's nothing here to trade. You got one more on space. Space. Pop and drop. Ouch. This is why I got out of those 60s. That's why I got out of those 55s. And you can see it's right here on the 50-day moving average. You can see that. Again, if we start breaking above 53.07, maybe we can retest that 59 level. And so let's go ahead and place an alert at 53.08 on space. Thoughts on HO? Oh, one more. What do you think of Apple, AXP, and PayPal? Love PayPal. I have some leaps on PayPal. So their earnings report today will be very important. The high is 256.20. Let's see if we get that break. AXP, again, another bank. Or financials, they don't really move as much. So when it comes to financials, I really like just JPM and Goldman Sachs to trade. I think the company's fine, but again, to trade, eh. And Apple, you know, I love Apple. Apple is one of my largest holdings. Big fall from their earnings, and you're gonna have 135.15. Give me 119, I'll buy some more shares, but nothing there. Thoughts on Rocket? Yeah, I had an alert on Rocket, never broke, guys. I had an alert at 22.26. Again, just sideways action. If we get that break, then let's take a look at some of the calls. I wrote that on Twitter. Good morning, Carl. Wondering if you can provide an update on GME. We didn't see it jump to 200 yesterday. It came back down. Yeah, again, I still have my charity shares, holding those. Again, I don't have calls. I just own the shares for charity. Let's see what happens. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care. It's just for charity, so I'm just holding it. Who knows what the hell's gonna happen with GameStop? But again, if you have a longer term perspective, time is not really against you. Do you think we could see a jump to 200, or do you think we're about over? No, I think 200 can definitely happen. Absolutely. And I'm still holding the charity position. That's not going to change. Thoughts on Palantir? Palantir, of course. Palantir, one of my favorite names. I do own that. Let's take a look at it. Palantir, let me expand this chart, make life easy for everybody. Palantir right on the 200-day. Could be a bounce play, but nothing there. If you start getting above this initial fall here, then 34.35 would be nice to watch for. SNDL, penny stock, and then sundial growers, I would say just be careful. I would say just skip it. KERN. Nice break here. Let's see if you do break 745 and maybe get some volume. My mistake, PRPH is the ticker. PRPH. And nothing here, guys. Skip PRPH. I don't know much about the name, but the chart looks ugly. Skip it. Blink. Let's take a look at Blink. Blink, I have an alert at 42.95 to buy some more shares. We had a pop to 64.95 and just been straightly down. But again, still within range in the hourly. Good entry for DKNG for the stock itself. I love it long term, but I have an addition level to buy more at 50.83. But again, right here wouldn't be bad. I would say 60.95 would be nice because then you get a breakout level. If you only have 12K in an investment account, can you still day trade? Yes, you can, as long as you do a cash account, no margin, and it can't be with Robinhood. Long entry for Tilray. Tilray, I don't recommend owning. I recommend THCX since it owns all the cannabis names a lot better than to pick and choose. So that's what I have. If you are dead set on owning it, then obviously initial position right here is fine because you're about to break out. NIO thoughts, own the stock, love the stock. Nothing has changed for me. Breaks below 50, I'll buy it, but again, you can see a little bit of a bearish trend to the downside. So NIO's going to take a little bit more of a hit. Could be down to 54. That's your next support level, but 50, I'll buy some more. Been adding to DKNG a lot. Would be the market entry be all time at 64? Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I do own it. It's one of our top 10 anyways. It's at 60 now. 60.95 should be the breakout point on your hourly since that was the printing of the high on Tuesday. About DraftKings, I saw their post about a huge increase legal betting in the Super Bowl. What do you think of that kind of news would hit the market? Yeah, we'd see it the day after the Super Bowl, which would be Monday. Do you see we could see a jump to AMC to 20 anytime soon? The 20, it's going to take a while, but again, maybe some hedge funds back it. We'll see. At the end of the day, we just have to really, it's going to be a one that's going to have to wait just like GME, guys. The fireworks may have been over. Thoughts on THCX? Love it long term. You know that? GOEV. Let's see. I'm assuming that's an ETF of some kind. GOEV. Oh, it's Canoe Incorporate. I've never heard of this name, but look at this downward trend. There's really nothing there. BA. Boeing on this one, and you can see just kind of consolidating between 200 and 195. Nothing to do here in regards to calls or well actually puts, but I do have an alert here at 204.36 to 204.37 for some calls. Maybe we can catch maybe the 206s, 210s instead. FCEL. Let's take a look at it. FCEL. Yeah, you can see a bull flag there, looking very nice. But right now, I wouldn't touch it until you start breaking 23.64. Let's put an alert together. You can see the reason I put that is because of this wick and that wick and this wick. So you have kind of a triple top and a break. So it should be considered a nice one there. NVIDIA has not reported earnings yet. Love the name, but again, very choppy hourly action. I would not trade it. Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. It does look very nice. I saw a lot of call action on the 900s, but that 880 level is very high support so far. It's been rejecting. What is the best ARK ETF? I don't know. I haven't researched them, but ARKK I think is the most popular. Thoughts on WMT, one of our top 10 of 2021. Kind of lagging the market so far, but with a strong Amazon report, Walmart should have a good one too. So you can see bouncing off the 50. I have an alert at 137.88 to buy more. What's a good entry on THCX? I would say just get in now if you have not entered because you're getting a breakout. Add to BA long term. I have not. I'm waiting for 121 on BA. That's my level. If you want to take a look at the daily, you can see it's right below here. Actually, you know what? Let's move it. I'm gonna go and put my alert now at 160.17 to add on Boeing. I haven't updated yet. I'm sorry. And could you see some Apple upside due to the expiration dividend date? Not really. I mean, there's really no catalyst. They already reported. So again, unless we start getting a ramp up on the Apple Card with the partnership with Kia Motors, maybe. But right now, it's pretty much not much going on. Snap into earnings. I'm not touching Snap to be honest with you, unless I see some really high volume out there. But again, let's just see what happens for that for the most part. So we kind of went over a couple things. Again, the 2-1 I want you to look at today, I'm going to type it here. Calls to watch. I'm going to do this every day. Calls to watch, QQQ, IWM. There you go. We can do that from now on. I'll just type it, calls to watch, or what I'm watching. And if you have not yet already, follow us on Twitter, guys. That's where I put most of the information. Instagram is kind of difficult to start posting stuff because it's just pictures. So, you know, obviously post news and all that stuff. But Twitter is where you're going to be everywhere. It's going to be everything there. It's going to be a lot easier. Uber, you can see 5740. It's about to break out again. So it's very nice. I do have calls with our YouTube Premium, and I have calls with our Masterclass students on Uber. So let's see what moves there. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Make sure before you leave to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for our video. Really do appreciate it. I didn't forget you, Amir. You want to look at Snow? Snow, there was some volume there. Snow looking pretty solid. Let's break this level here of 313.40, and then maybe we can take a look at some calls. But again, IWM and Qs are what I'm watching, and obviously DK and G. Let's see if we get there. I'm in the money with my 60s. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your morning, and we'll catch you tomorrow for the morning note. Thanks again for your support, and enjoy your freebie. I'm glad that you guys got that Q, and if you're still holding it, congratulations. I will take some profits at the open. Don't get cute. Take your money and run. Enjoy, guys.